and face reader Laura Rosetree, we promised you her view of Michael Jackson's face and personality before plastic surgery, and here it is.
Well, there are a few things about your face that you can't change too much, and what he did with his eyes was to change them not even the tiniest bit. Before he had far-set eyes, and now he has far-set eyes. And so one thing about him before and now is a really broad perspective, whether it's on music, on sexuality, on life. In the past, his nose was broader, especially at the tip, and now he has a narrow nose tip. And that has to do with the importance of financial security. A lot of people with large nose tips really care a lot about that, can even be obsessed with it. With him now, I think it's probably, with that teensy tiny little nose tip, it's just about the last thing he thinks about.
Okay, give me something else about Michael.
Okay, well, with his mouth is, well, that's not such a good one. Let's talk about his chin down there. That's even more dramatic. He started off with a good chunk of chin, but that wasn't enough. Maybe he thought it was a weak chin before, because he made it just like a granite slab down here, completely straight on the bottom.
So what does that say about him?
Well, what it says about him is that he can handle criticism like a brick wall. Very good at handling criticism compared to before. And also that when he makes his decisions, he makes them based on principle. Before, I suspect he made them more on people's feelings. But now he makes them more on what he thinks is right, what's wrong, what will be successful.
We have no way to know that, though, do we? Anybody know Michael? Nobody knows Michael.
I don't know him.
Okay. We have somebody in the audience, so that here's somebody that had plastic surgery. You are Clarice, I'm sorry. And what did you have done to yourself?
I had rhinoplasty.
Nose job.
Nose job,
okay.
Quote unquote.
Okay. Now you gave us, we have a before picture. Here's your before picture. Now just kind of face me for a second. We can take a look at before and after. There's your before, and here's your after, which is right now. Okay. Now, do you think, well, first of all, let me ask you, Laura, can you tell us something about her because of this change that she's made?
Yes, I think, with all respect, that you've lost an opportunity. You had the opportunity to be even more creative in life than you're going to be now. You've gained a lot of social points, and I suspect that's why you've done it. But that arch that you had in your nose went with a lot of creativity when you were working that I don't think is going to be there now.
Did you change it?
That's completely wrong. I'm more creative now. It has altered my personality to the point where I am more self-confident.
Mm-hmm.
Before, when I used to walk in a room, I would feel that people strictly saw me for a nose, which some people might argue with that fact, but...
but other than that, who's with you here?
My husband.
Do you agree? Is she telling us the truth here?
Yes, she is, very much so.
Stand up.
She's always been very outgoing, creative, and goes along with everything going on, but even now more so. She's every bit as attractive as when we first got married, because she had the surgery afterwards, but she goes along with everything.
Well, okay, what do you tell the skeptics who say you might be just guessing lucky on some things, and, you know, how do you, I mean,
well, when
she's saying, no, this isn't true, so what do you say to them?
Well, let me say in general that when I read faces, or I teach people to read faces, the purpose of it isn't to be like a fortune teller and have it yes, yes, yes. The purpose is that when you learn to do this for yourself, your heart opens up and you learn to love and appreciate people more. So in that sense, you don't make mistakes. It's different from looking at someone's expression or just looking at somebody for, quote, attractiveness, unquote, and writing a whole lot of people off, which is how most people look at faces. So reading the face is a matter of expanding your ability to love. It's like what happens if you have a baby or you fall in love. Your heart opens up, and this is something that people report to me happens when they learn to read the secrets of the face. So that's what it's most about.
What do you think, audience? Some of you agree. Who agrees? Give me a show of hands if you think this is a viable science. Okay, a few. All right. And who doesn't buy it? Okay, I'll put myself to the test. I am a bit of a skeptic. I brought my high school prom picture in, willing to publicly humiliate myself on national television so that you can read this face. Here's my. Oh, please. Okay.
Great. This is, I think, a really terrific example of how, as you grow and develop on the inside, your face throughout your life continues to change in ways that go with how you've changed inside. there are two things that I notice that are different about you now compared to then.
Okay.
The first is the amount of curve underneath your eyes, especially your left eye. In the old picture, it was very straight, and now there's a lot of curve there.
I think
You
it's
can see right under
gravity.
here. Well, what I would say is the explanation, and you can tell me whether this is true. I think that inside, as you became less shy and less wary about other people and opened up inside, you developed much more of an ability to listen to people and really make contact with them in the here and now compared to before.
Well, I'm still actually very shy on my own, and I'm still actually very trusting. In fact, I've been called naive sometimes still at my age. So
right, that's that trusting thing that I think has actually developed in you more over time. I invite you to think about that. Then the other thing that I think is really fascinating is that in the older picture your mouth was smaller in proportion on your whole face, and you've really developed a lot of mouth in proportion with your whole face.
well, unfortunately our time is up and we do have to go, but thank you so much for being here. We'll be right back.
Let me tell you what it is.
For a transcript of today's show, please indicate show date and topic and send $4 to Jenny Jones Transcripts in care of Burrell's, Post Office Box 7, Livingston, New Jersey, 07039.
If you've been injured, you know enough to call an attorney. The question is, which attorney? Big cases need smart, tough lawyers. For years, John Fitzgerald and the lawyers at Fitzgerald & Fitzgerald have been handling big cases and getting big results. Call them toll-free at 1-800-323-9900. Fitzgerald & Fitzgerald. When they're on your side, the other side is in for a fight. Toll-free, 1-800-323-9900.
Tired of hearing about what you can't eat?
Bite into a healthy slice of life.
McCain Helios presents a new kind of pizza. Healthy slices, 97% fat-free and low in cholesterol. So don't say no.
Bite into a healthy slice of life.
Mozzarella cheese, delicious tomato sauce, mushrooms, broccoli, peppers, good green veggies. Don't wait.
Bite into a healthy slice of life.
McCain Helios' new Healthy Slices Pizza from McCain.
First, I lost Monique. She was beautiful and French, but insanely jealous.
Busy signals. You were on the phone with another woman.
Then I lost Natasha.
Norman, I can't stop thinking about you. Call me It's.
Finally, I lost my patience. I got Call Answering, the new voice messaging service from New York Telephone, and my love life's turned around. Oh, hi. It takes messages even while you're on the phone, so there's no more busy signals, and people can leave a message anytime.
You love you, Mom. Introducing Call Answering.
That means I got a message.
It does what an answering machine does and more without the clutter of a machine.
Norman, it's Bernice. You said you'd call.
Isn't love wonderful?
Order Call Answering now. Call 1-800-MESSAGE.
New York Telephone.
This was Al White last year. Did he take it off for good, or did he have a few too many diet shakes? Find out when Al takes it off again Friday on the Channel 9 News at 10.
I'm Jenny Jones. We've all heard the saying, nice guys finish last, but did you know that was true for their love lives too? On my next show, you'll meet some very nice guys who say women want them for best friends, but they don't want them for lovers. And a sex therapist will help explain why these nice guys can't keep girlfriends. Plus, you teach your kids to be independent, and then they don't have time for you. What kind of gratitude is that? Find out on the next Jenny Jones.
That's tomorrow on Jenny Jones.
You know, Laura was just about to tell me, and she said on the break that because I had this big mouth, that I was a good communicator. So I'm here to communicate to you that I'm very thrilled with the thousands of photos you send in for Jenny's baby book. And what some of you parents don't realize is your kids are actually celebrity lookalikes. Well, here, you be the judge. Now, Minnie Pearl, always hilarious at the Grand Ole Opry in her hat. It looks like Elizabeth is just as funny in her crib. Alfred Hitchcock, the master of suspense films. And apparently, little Eric's getting an early start in the director's chair. She's got Betty Davis eyes because she's Betty Davis. And Lauren's got them too. Look at that. Doesn't she look like her? Popeye the Sailor Man always loved spinach. And Kelsey likes it strained. And of course, we all know the church lady. Isn't that special? Well, here's Marcus. Isn't he special? Could you ever imagine Laurel without Hardy? Well, I can't imagine Philip without Michelle. Oh, that was great. Thank you, audience. Thank you for watching. You were wonderful. Thank you all. Thank you.
Accommodations provided by Hotel Intercontinental Chicago, ideally located on Michigan Avenue. Enjoy the distinguished services for which Intercontinental hotels are renowned worldwide. If you enjoyed today's show and want to attend a taping of Jenny Jones in Chicago, call 312-836-9485. Don't miss out. 312-836-9485.
Weeknights on Channel 9 have twice the laughs with back-to-back episodes of Who's the Boss at 6 and 6:30. Plus an unbelievable pair of families, starting with the Bundys at 7. And don't forget those hilarious Huxtables on The Cosby Show at 7:30. It's all coming up tonight on Channel 9.
This is a David Saltzman production in association with Telepictures Productions, distributed by Warner Brothers Domestic Television Distribution.
Are you wasting hundreds of dollars in credit card interest because you haven't switched from your high-interest credit card? Hello, I'm Robert Creamer, president of Public Action, one of America's foremost consumer rights organizations. If you currently have a credit card, you could qualify to join our Consumer Savings Network that includes access to our low-interest 14% MasterCard, plus many other consumer discounts and benefits. If you use a high-interest credit card, you might as well be burning your money or just giving it away to our biggest banks. Stop making bankers rich. It's foolish to use a high-interest credit card. Use our free credit checks to move your balances off high-interest cards to Public Action's MasterCard. You'll be saving yourself money. At the same time, you'll be supporting the fight for consumer rights. Call us now at 1-800-283-7600. The call's free and there's no obligation. That's 1-800-283-7600.